Hey Frugivore, welcome back to the Frugivore Diet channel. So today's video we are going to respond to High Carb Hannah. We're going to look at one of her what I ate in a days, one of her recent ones, and I'm going to let you know how I feel about it. You can let me know in the comments below. And the reason I'm doing High Carb Hannah today is because I put up a poll on my Instagram, and those of you who follow me over there, if you don't follow me, go and check out my Instagram page, but those of you who follow me voted for High Carb Hannah over everybody. And also Alan Fisher. So, and I think the reason for High Carb Hannah in particular is because we have a big history together, that is for sure. If you haven't seen my previous video on High Carb Hannah, you can definitely go and check that one out first if you want. But yeah, we have a history, and also the algorithm is definitely favoring her videos because she makes very family-friendly videos. I don't think she talks about animal cruelty or anything like that. It's mainly, what I eat in a day, maximum weight loss, very algorithm friendly content. And I think it's great. I think it's great that she is, still reaching people, with a plant-based message at the very least. I think that's fantastic. And hopefully she continues and she stays on track. But I'm a little bit concerned. Okay, I'm a little bit concerned because I got a message actually from Fit Shorty, Tina and Simon. They have like an exotic fruit hunting channel here on YouTube. You should go and check them out, and on Instagram. And, they alerted me to the fact that she has on her Instagram, in her asks, like she has like a Q&A, and someone asked, how many calories do you eat per day? Thank you for the answer. And to my extreme disappointment, Hannah responds, for 3 meals each day, it's around 1,500 calories. And I'm just like, what? 1,500 calories? That's how many calories a toddler should be having, not a fully grown adult woman who's busy, active. This is just shocking. This is absolutely shocking. I'm just so disappointed. And yes, it does say with the option to have snacks and dessert as well. That's with the option. You can see clearly that 1,500 calories is the goal. It is the plan. So this is purely restriction. And Tina or Simon, who I'm speaking to, made a good point by saying basically it sets under eating as a standard and leaves eating enough as an option. And I agree, it is. That's exactly what it is doing. Okay, so it's worrying. It really is worrying because I want Hannah to continue. I want her to continue, of course. I want her to continue promoting plants. I don't want, but not in a restrictive manner, because people don't stay on track, and that's what makes these ex-vegans. And we don't want High Carb Hannah, obviously, to become one of these ex-vegans. And I say vegans very lightly, plant eaters, obviously, if they go back. Anyway, enough talking. There's actually a few of these, so we could probably do a week of High Carb Hannah. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I could do a week of responding to High Carb Hannah because she's a popular request. And yeah, so I think we should get into it. This is her latest one 9 days ago, and she's had 52,000 views, which is great. It's great, and I think she can definitely continue to have success just if she makes sure she's eating enough. Okay, so Hannah, tell me what is going on here.
Welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be doing another what I eat in a day. These are my favorite videos because I can just film what I'm eating and chat with you guys, and we can just go through the day together. Today is actually March 25th, which if you didn't know, my meal plan membership is now live for you guys.
Okay, so I'm not going to do the promotion here, okay? I want to know what she is eating, and actually, okay. Hopefully I didn't miss too much that's important here. Hang on.
I've been making celery and spinach juice in the morning. I don't know why, I just really like it. But there's another one that I'll show you that
she does know why. Celery juice, there is a big trend for the celery juice, and look, I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's too bad, but as long as it's not taking up too much space in your belly, because you need to get enough fiber in, enough calories.
That I've been drinking, that is apple, cucumber, ginger, lemon, and I put a little bit of spinach in that too, just because I like it to be really green. And
it kind of feels like she's restricting the carbs here. It just does, right? That she's just having a green juice basically. And this is what fully semi-cooked Christina does.
A lot of times I drink that for breakfast. So I think that I'm just gonna have that for breakfast today because like, I don't...
Oh, the rain is coming. Okay, so she's just gonna have that for breakfast?
No, when I get my juicer out, I just want to make as much juice as I can. So, and I have a ton of apples to use up, so I'm just gonna make that today for breakfast, and I just make like a big quart of it. So I'll show you guys how I do that. So I'm just gonna wash a bunch of celery.
Okay, we don't need to see her wash the celery, but I'm actually pretty surprised. Is this gonna be just her breakfast?
Or 2 green, little baby green apples, a cucumber, and then this big hunk of ginger. And then a lot of you guys ask me on Instagram all the time what juicer I have, so I have this
Okay. Oh, she has a number one. She has the same as fully semi-cooked Christina. I kind of feel like she's watching her. I do feel like she is watching her. And look, I love juice myself. But I wouldn't make it a meal. Okay, I wouldn't make it your breakfast and that's it. Like especially a veggie juice. There is not a lot of carbohydrate going on there, and you need that. You need that energy first thing. The fiber, I mean, is definitely deficient here as well, and you need that first thing on rising as well. You need that fiber, you need the water and the carbohydrate content. She's getting the water content, but this looks very fully raw Christina. I think green juice, okay, in addition, but you got to watch out for the oxalates. If you're having a lot of greens, then you are risking like having too much oxalates. I feel like she's possibly having it because she wants it to stimulate a bowel movement. And I believe Christina is doing this too because they're probably both not getting enough calories. We've seen Christina under eating big time. Not enough calories, not enough fiber. Okay, that is going to slow down your elimination. Look, you don't have to restrict your calories. You don't have to restrict what you're eating when you're eating a low-fat, high-carbohydrate, plant-based diet. And heavy on the fruits is the healthiest. You don't have to restrict anymore. And I'm so surprised that she's still restricting. Hannah, you need to get on Raw Till 4, sister. Oh, like, you know, I think she was doing it or trying to do it in the past. And, you know, if you just continued on with it, you would get great results like these other individuals who have lost a whole heap of weight on Raw Till 4. And if they continue Raw Till 4, they keep it off. And it's not hard because you get to eat as much as you care for. You know, I've lost 40 pounds on a fruit-based diet. You can lose the weight and feel good, have great skin, have great energy, have great results. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, please don't follow these restrictive plant-based plans. Okay, carb up, get those carbs in, get the fiber in, get the water in, get the calories in, and then you're going to feel fantastic and stay on the program long term. Check out my books. Links to the ebooks are in the description below. Physical books are on Amazon. Stop starving yourself, please.
Here's my breakfast. So today I'm going to be making a meal from my meal plan membership, I think.
Okay, so that would have been a couple of 100 calories at the max there. All right, not a lot, and it's a low carb. It's a low carb breakfast. Okay, considering, you know, she had some fruit, a couple of apples, but honestly, like, that is not enough for you to start your day.
Dinner is also from it as well. I wanted to show you guys kind of some of the meals that are in there. This sushi bowl that I'm gonna make for lunch is like one of my favorite things ever. I've been eating it like every single day for months now, and it's just like tofu, avocado, rice, cucumber, a bunch of veg.
Oh, by the way, I don't dislike Hannah. I just want you to know that, okay? I don't dislike Hannah. I noticed that she did block me on 2 of my profiles. I didn't even know she knew about one, my second ones, but she did. She was following me a couple of times. She did write to me once, and I think she took it personally, my last video. And Hannah, if you're watching this, don't take it personally, okay? This is just about what you are eating, all right? This is just about your diet. And yes, I might have commented on the fact that you kind of springboarded off my social media, of my work, promoting veganism, and you did it in a pretty controversial manner, as in something I feel like that was very unfair to me at the time. But I don't dislike Hannah, okay? I just want you to know, has she got hair extensions? if you have a look here, her hair looks short, and then I think she might have hair extensions. You can see the end here, but I'm not 100% sure.
Veggie's spring mix, and I'm obsessed with it. Like, I'm never gonna get over this one. It's almost the obsession that I have with the spring rolls. So the first thing I'm gonna do for this sushi bowl is just get my tofu in the air fryer. So I have this tofu press, and it's the best thing I've ever bought in my life. At least when it comes to tofu.
All right, so tofu, I want to get into it a little bit more. So she's gonna have that whole thing? Oh. Okay, she's having like half that block.
So just little cubes like this. You want to just make sure they're all the same size. Sorry if you can hear my rice cooker in the background. And then toss the tofu.
Okay, so she got oh, hang on.
And then I just put a little bit of soy sauce on here.
Okay. Wow, so quite a bit of sodium going in there. Which you need with tofu because it's pretty much tasteless, you know. It's, yeah, not a lot of flavor going on there.
You're just gonna want to toss the tofu, like get it completely coated in the soy sauce.
So this image here is not looking too carby, is it? Not looking too carby. We got the avocado, which is great, but it's more fat dominant, and we have the spinach, and we have the more protein rich, you know, tofu, and then we have vegetable matter here. So at this point, not much carbohydrate going on here, or calories in general. Okay.
I spring mix on the bottom and shred my carrot as I can, and then I just slice it. I can't really see it because this barcode, but it's the furikake, I probably said that, and like salt, and it's really good on top of sushi bowls for sure, and on top.
So more salt, okay, more seaweed, yep.
Of sushi. All right, my tofu is done. See how like crispy?
Okay, it looks crispy, yep.
Some rice in here, and I just like to put hot rice on top of the greens because it kind of like wilts them and stuff.
So it looked like she had a measured out amount of rice there.
A little bit more. And then I'm just gonna add my topping.
I mean, it's not super small amount of rice, but it's not a very large amount of rice as well. I recommend sushi. I think it's great for those of you who are eating cooked. I mean, it's not as good as sweet potato. I would love to see sweet potato here, right? Or even white potato, sweet potato. Cooked plantains would be better, okay? And don't get all worried like, oh, I can't eat rice. No, I'm not trying to put you off rice, okay? I'm really, really not. But I'm just saying what is more optimal, okay? What is fresher, and that would be the potatoes.
So I got my tofu. Put my veggies in here. I've been working on the meal plan, so.
Okay, it looks pretty. It looks pretty. She's got some fresh in there, which is great. Okay, she's got the tofu and the rice. And for me, you know, this would not feel great at lunchtime. Okay, might have it later on for dinner, but for, like the tofu, if I was going to make this, I would only have like probably a quarter of that tofu. I'd have way more rice, way more vegetable matter, and a sweet sauce.
Try it out. You guys will love it. And I'll see you guys for dinner.
Okay. So she's going straight to dinner now. So that would kind of back up what her recommendation was in a meal plan of 1,500 calories. I haven't seen anything about snacks. So let's just remember that was only a couple of hundred calories at juice. Okay. The juice was only a couple of hundred calories at the maximum. And then we have this one, which, oh, like, okay, maybe around 500. Okay, but let's keep going to dinner.
All right, so for dinner, I'm gonna make this really simple, kind of like veggie noodle soup, because I don't have a lot of ingredients in my house right now. I need to go shopping. Tomorrow's shopping day. But I love making this soup because you can kind of just use whatever you have that's left over, and that's what I'm gonna do because I don't have a ton of stuff. So I have some frozen broccoli, and then I have some frozen peas and corn, and I have a carrot and half of the onion, or a quarter.
I wonder where she's going for the frozen peas and corn. I guess it's more convenient. Like she said, she couldn't find any. She didn't have enough. Yeah, that carrot looks a little old.
I have an onion left. And then I have some spinach I'm going to throw in there. And these rice noodles.
Oh, definitely put those in your bunker. Girl, put those in the prep. You can prep with those, put them in the bunker for sure. This is very wartime. I don't know how long these last, and I've definitely eaten these before myself. So, you know, I'm not like, oh, wow, I'm so pure, I've never eaten them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it's very old and processed and something at this point we don't need to be eating. And again, better. Where is the sweet potatoes or the potatoes? I'm surprised that she's not eating them.
I really like these. I get them at the International Grocer, and they're just like, they come in these little squares.
See, she likes it because that's a portion. She can track the portions better. You can see she's doing portion control, and this is so sad. I'm so surprised after so many years that Hannah is still restricting for weight loss. Still, you know, and passing it on to others. And this is what creates these ex-vegans, because people are like, oh, I don't feel satisfied, I'm so hungry, but I'm not allowed to eat anymore. So they just end up binging out, and then they fall off the wagon.
And they only take like a couple minutes to cook. So first I'm going to make a soup base out of miso paste, some of this sambal oelek, and garlic salt. And then I'm going to also saute some.
So it's quite salty, you know, because we've got miso here. This is high sodium miso. We've got garlic salt. We've got this olam, or the sambal, whatever it is. That's quite salty too. And then we've got this tamari. So there's a lot of salt going on here. And this is what happens when you're not getting enough calories. You often like try to stimulate, you know, have more stimulation in the form of sodium, things that are like salty, and it's just something that ends up happening when we restrict our calories.
Veggies after that, and a little bit of soy sauce before I add that in. So I'm just gonna take probably like a tablespoon of miso, and then a little bit of this. This stuff's pretty spicy, so probably like a teaspoon or so.
This is quite a bit. A tablespoon of that is very salty.
And maybe like a quarter teaspoon of garlic salt. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of water to this.
That's probably more than a quarter.
I'm just gonna mash this into like a paste until it a little bit of soy sauce to it.
Wow. Yep.
And then I'm just gonna chop up the onion. Take about, add into this soup, which I'm not gonna have because I already had tofu today, but if you put like super noodly and not so much like soup.
Yeah, that's hardly any noodles there.
Another thing I really like to add into this soup, which I'm not gonna have because I already had tofu today, but if you put some pressed and drained tofu, just like, you don't have to air fry it or season it or anything, you just put the little cubes in here, it absorbs all the flavor, and it's amazing. All right, my noodles are like al dente.
Very cooked. Very cooked. Okay.
So I'm gonna add in my broccoli and my frozen veggies.
Some vegetable matters going in. That's
I actually might not add spinach into this soup, just because whatever kind of veggies you want into this soup. You could add tofu or like tempeh or ki. You can see now my noodles are like totally soft. So this is done. I'm just gonna put it into a bowl, and this will be my dinner.
So this is just vegetable and rice noodle, okay? And that is like, you know, I definitely recommend that on Raw Till 4 if you want to have some rice noodles sometime. I wouldn't have, like, she also had, you know, rice for lunch. She's had this rice noodle. It's kind of like, I would be getting in the potatoes, the sweet potatoes, like the plantains. It's definitely healthier, definitely better for your digestion. It's less old, you know, it's just old stuff. Great to see the vegetable matter. I would probably give this around 500 as well, like being generous. So hang on, that would be 1,000, and I think she's definitely under 1,500 here. Mint, herbal, organic. And see, and this is what often happens when we're trying to restrict. I mean, look, I've been through this many times. Remember, I'm 42 this year. I know all about the whole dieting. I used to be a personal trainer. I've talked to many, many thousands of individuals over the years, you know, coaching them with eating enough, basically. And I know all the tricks. I know all the tricks. I've done it myself. So this is what often happens. I used to have like a licorice tea, you know, in order to stop the cravings, basically. I was trying to get my carbohydrate sweet hit from the licorice tea. And of course it doesn't work, because when you create a forced deficit like Hannah is doing, you will gain it back. You will gain the weight loss that you achieve. You will gain it back, okay? Because the brain will force you to go and binge. It will make up the deficit. Whether it's tomorrow, the next day, or next month, whatever, it will, okay? And then you're forever going in this restriction, overeating, starvation, you know what I mean? It's just like so annoying. Some bunker cereal. Gluten-free Nature's Path Sunrise. Crunchy cinnamon. Hang on. Amaranth. Okay, so she's got molasses, so she's getting some sugar in there. It's low fat, definitely low fat. That was good that she showed that, but I didn't get to quite see it. I wanted to see the sodium there. Whoop. 7%, yeah, 150 milligrams of sodium for 1 cup. 140-gram cup, half a cup. So yeah, she's getting carbs there at least, but so she's got the calorie count. So per, what does that say? Okay, so 150.
Hey guys, it's future me.
Okay, so she's just going to like pick at them, I guess. She's just going to pick at the... Okay, so per 1 cup cereal with half a cup of skim milk. Okay, so she's keeping an eye on this. She's looking at the calories. She's literally looking at the calories here. So it seems like she, you know, with the green juice, with that Buddha bowl thing, and then with the dinner, she's definitely 1,500 calories or less. Okay, and that's how much a toddler should be having, as I said before. This is not enough food. This is not enough food for Hannah. That is for sure. I'm kind of, yeah, I'm surprised that she doesn't get it yet. You know what I mean? It's been so many years, but she's still stuck in this restriction cycle. You know, restrict, binge, gain, you know, lose weight, gain weight. Oh, it's like, it's disappointing. And like I said before, it leads people to go off the lifestyle, okay, and say, oh, it didn't work for me, or develop deficiencies or something because they're just not getting enough calories. And yeah, I don't recommend doing this plan at all. And it would be great if she had a substantial breakfast, like a smoothie. Green juice is not going to cut it, sister. Just a green juice. That is not enough to break your fast. It's simply not enough. Okay? And we didn't see any snacks. We did not see any snacks at all. Concerning. It is concerning. He needs to really double the portion sizes. I recommend for her at least 2,200 at the very least, and you know, aiming more for 2,500. You know, if she wants to sustain her weight loss long term and to be healthy as well, which is very important. All right, so that's my video for today. Should we do more what I eat in a day responses to high carb Hannah? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, this is nothing against Hannah at all. Like, I want to see her succeed. I want to see her succeed 100%, please. You know, because she's still reaching people with a positive message as far as eating plants goes, right? I think that's fantastic, and not hurting animals. And I hope she talks about it on a channel sometime about the animals. That would be great. All right, don't forget to go fruit yourself.